The doors to the command room slid open with a soft hiss, and she walked in. Her steps were steady, her posture perfect, and her eyes glimmered with determination. Every eye in the room turned toward her, but she didn't seem to notice. Her focus was entirely on the human sitting across the large table. The human, Captain Elias Kane, looked up from the star charts spread before him. He had been working tirelessly for hours, trying to make sense of the recent intelligence reports. When he saw her, he froze. She wasn't like any being he had encountered before. Her skin shimmered faintly under the bright lights. Her hair fell like liquid silver over her shoulders, and the emblem on her cloak marked her as someone of authority, someone powerful. She stopped a few feet away and threw her cloak aside. It fell to the floor silently, revealing the armor beneath. The metal wasn't like anything from Earth's arsenals. It was lightweight, yet protective, with designs that seemed almost alive, moving subtly as if sensing the environment. Ilias's mind raced. Whoever she was not here for diplomacy or ceremony. "I need your help," she said, her voice firm but calm. It carried authority without arrogance, demanding attention yet leaving room for cooperation. Elias blinked. He had faced alien envoys before, but none had ever come in like this, bold, confident, and direct. "I'm listening," he said, trying to sound steady despite the sudden surge of adrenaline. "There's little time," she continued, stepping closer. "My people's world is under threat. The invasion is unlike anything you've ever seen. We need someone with your skills, someone human, to help us navigate the outer colonies. You're the best pilot we have." Elias swallowed hard. He had fought in countless battles across the galaxy, but this was different. This wasn't just a call to arms. It was a call to lead, to venture into the unknown with no guarantee of survival. He glanced at the star charts again. The regions she mentioned were remote, dangerous, almost uncharted. "I don't understand," he said. "Why me? There are others who could do this." She shook her head, her silver hair catching the light. "Because you think differently. You adapt. You survive when others fail. We need someone who can challenge expectations, who can act where rules don't apply. You, human, are the one who can make the difference." The tension in the room was palpable. Other officers exchanged uneasy glances, unsure how to respond. The human looked at her, then at the maps, then back at her. He felt the weight of her gaze, the silent insistence that he was capable, that he was needed. Elias took a deep breath. "I don't know if I'm ready for something like this." "You don't have to be ready," she said softly. "You just have to act." She paused, letting her words sink in. "The survival of my people may rest on your choice." The gravity of her words hit him. He had seen worlds fall, colonies abandoned, lives lost because someone hesitated. And now, here was a being, standing before him with courage that rivaled his own. Placing the responsibility of countless lives into human hands, he nodded slowly. "All right, I'll do it. I saw him for the first time." "Good, we leave at once. There's no time for hesitation." Within minutes, the preparations began. Elias found himself walking through the starship's corridors, her beside him, explaining the route, the dangers, and the strategy. The corridors were narrow, metallic, filled with the hum of machinery. Yet, despite the chaos, her presence brought a strange calm. She was confident, precise, commanding respect without raising her voice. Elias realized that this was not just a soldier or a commander. She was a leader. Someone who inspired those around her simply by being themselves. As they approached the hangar, the sheer size of her fleet became apparent. Ships of various designs, unlike anything from human engineering, lined the docks. Some had sleek aerodynamic forms, while others were bulky but clearly powerful. The hangar was bustling with activity, yet she moved effortlessly through it. Unnoticed by none, respected by all. "This is where you'll start," she said, pointing to a medium-sized craft. "It's fast, agile, and perfect for what we need. You'll need to pilot it through asteroid belts, evade enemy patrols, and reach sectors no human has ever charted." Elias stepped closer to the craft, examining it carefully. The controls were unfamiliar, the interface intuitive yet alien. He ran his hands over the surface, feeling the energy beneath it. This was no ordinary ship. It was alive in its own way, responding to thoughts and instincts. He felt a thrill run through him, a mixture of fear and excitement. "You'll learn quickly," she said, sensing his hesitation. "Trust yourself. Trust the ship. Trust me." Elias looked up at her. "I don't even know your name." She smiled faintly. "Names are less important than actions. But for you, call me Lyra." "Lyra," he repeated. The name felt strange on his tongue, yet fitting. There was a weight to it, a presence that made him feel accountable, responsible. She led him to the cockpit, her movements graceful and purposeful. "Time is critical. While you prepare, I will handle the fleet's defenses. Once you are ready, you depart immediately. Every second counts." Elias climbed into the cockpit, feeling the seat mold to his form. The controls responded as if they had been waiting for him all along. Lights blinked, screens came alive, and a soft hum filled the cabin. He took a deep breath, recalling every simulation, every mission, every moment that had prepared him for this instant. Lyra's voice came through the cum. "Remember, human confidence is as important as skill. Hesitation can cost lives. Trust yourself, trust the path, and do what must be done." He nodded, gripping the controls tightly. Understood. The countdown began. Outside, the fleet prepared for departure. Ships moved in perfect synchronization, engines glowing, energy shields flickering. Elias felt the gravity of the moment pressing on him, yet the confidence radiating from Lyra beside him gave him courage. As the countdown reached 0, the hangar doors opened, revealing the vastness of space. Stars stretched endlessly, the black void dotted with distant planets and asteroid fields. Elias felt a surge of exhilaration. This was more than a mission. It was a test of human will, ingenuity, and courage against the unknown. Lyra's voice came once more, calm and commanding. "Go now. Every moment matters. Lead with your mind, your heart, and your instincts. Make your mark human. Show them what humanity can do." Elias pushed the controls forward, and the ship shot into space, weaving expertly through the fleet. Stars blurred as speed increased, the hum of engines blending with the rhythm of his heartbeat. He glanced back once, seeing Lyra standing on the observation deck watching him go. Her eyes held trust, respect, and a silent challenge to rise to the occasion. To prove that humans were more than just survivors, but heroes capable of shaping the galaxy, the asteroid field ahead loomed, dangerous and unpredictable. He gritted his teeth, adjusting the controls, calculating angles, speed, and trajectories. Every instinct he had honed in years of combat came into play, and as he navigated the first treacherous field, avoiding collisions with precision and skill, he felt a deep sense of purpose. This was what it meant to be human in the vast universe, to face the impossible, to rise against odds, to fight not just for survival, but for something greater. And in that moment, Elias Kane understood that his life, and perhaps the fate of many worlds, had changed forever. The journey had just begun, and the story of human courage, resilience, and brilliance was about to unfold in ways no one could have imagined. The asteroid field stretched endlessly before Elias, jagged rocks tumbling through space like ancient sentinels guarding forbidden paths. His hands moved instinctively over the controls, every decision a test of split-second judgment. He could feel the ship's energy flowing, a subtle connection between human and machine. The faster he adapted, the faster the ship responded, almost anticipating his next thought. Behind him, Lyra coordinated the fleet with precision. She moved from console to console, issuing commands in rapid-fire tones, but never losing composure. The hum of the fleet, the synchronized lights of countless ships, created a rhythm that Elias could almost feel in his chest. And in that rhythm, he found focus. Suddenly, a massive asteroid shifted unexpectedly, and Elias's heart skipped a beat. He adjusted the thrusters, narrowly avoiding a collision. A shudder ran through the craft, and alarms blared softly. Elias exhaled slowly, reminding himself that hesitation now could be fatal. Every movement counted. Every calculation mattered. Human, Lyra's voice came through the calm yet urgent. There are enemy scouts ahead. They'll attempt to block your path. Use your advantage. Think creatively. Ilias nodded, though she couldn't see him. Creativity in space combat was something he had rarely relied on. Most engagements were brute force or tactical maneuvers. Here, he had to combine instinct, courage, and innovation. Ahead, the scouts appeared. Sleek, dark ships that glimmered with hostile energy. They moved like shadows, circling to cut him off. Ilias didn't panic. He remembered Lyra's words about trust in himself, in the ship, in his abilities. He accelerated toward a narrow gap between two massive asteroids. Letting the smaller ships underestimate his speed and maneuverability, the scouts fired energy pulses, streaks of deadly light slicing through the void. Ilias twisted the controls, dodging each blast with uncanny precision. He felt the exhilaration of the chase, the thrill of survival, and the sharp edge of strategy. One scout moved too close. Ilias deployed a quick diversion, a burst of energy that created a temporary barrier, sending the scout spiraling off course. Behind him, Lyra's fleet engaged the remaining enemy ships. She watched Ilias's movements with keen interest, noting how he adapted and improvised. Impressive, she muttered under her breath. The human has instincts beyond any simulation. As Ilias emerged from the asteroid field, the edge of the next sector came into view, the contested zone. This region of space had seen countless battles, many leaving nothing but debris and silence. Yet here, something unusual awaited. A massive enemy stronghold hovered near a dying star, its structures dark and foreboding, energy pulsating from its core. Lyra's voice came again, more commanding now. This is the heart of their operation. Your mission is to gather intelligence and disrupt their defenses. You must succeed where fleets have failed. Ilias swallowed. The scale of the task was enormous. One human alone against a fortress designed to withstand an entire fleet seemed impossible. But he remembered the trust in Lyra's eyes, the faith she placed in him. He tightened his grip on the controls. Impossible was a word humans rarely understood, and even less when courage and intellect were involved. He approached the perimeter cautiously, scanning for weak points. The fortress emitted a steady pulse, a rhythm he quickly realized was a shield cycle. Timing would be critical. Using his intuition and the ship's advanced sensors, Ilias plotted a path, weaving in and out of shield gaps, avoiding patrols, and slipping through defenses that seemed impenetrable once inside. He observed the fortress with careful scrutiny. Inside, energy conduits ran like arteries, powering turrets, engines, and surveillance systems. He knew any misstep could trigger alarms, alerting the entire enemy force. The human mind thrived in situations like these, solving problems creatively, improvising when no manual applied, making connections where machines could not. He spotted a central control hub. Accessing it would provide invaluable intelligence, troop movements, or weapon locations, and possibly a way to shut down part of the defenses. He maneuvered closer, using the shadows of massive energy conduits as cover. A sudden jolt rocked the ship. One of the fortress's internal patrol drones had detected him. Its sensors glowed brightly, tracking his every move. Ilias acted fast, activating a temporary cloaking sequence, and darted into a narrow passage. The drone hesitated, recalibrating, giving him just enough time to reach the hub. Inside. The controls were alien glowing panels, symbols shifting as if alive, responding to thought as much as touch. Ilias studied them quickly, recalling patterns from the simulations Lyra had briefly shown him. With focused determination, he accessed the main interface. The fortress lights dimmed briefly as systems responded to his commands. He smiled slightly. Humans had a knack for adapting in ways alien. Technology rarely anticipated. Back on the observation deck of the fleet's flagship, Lyra monitored his progress. "He's incredible," she whispered, her eyes narrowing as she observed the ship's position inside the fortress. Every move precise, every decision calculated. Humanity might be the strongest ally we have, Elias initiated a sequence to disable key defense turrets. Sparks flew from the consoles, alarms blared, and the fortress shook as energy flowed through unexpected channels. He had done it, at least for now. But the task wasn't over. Extraction would be even more dangerous. The fortress defenses were on high alert, sending reinforcements to intercept. Elias pushed the ship to its limits, weaving between beams of light and energy pulses. Each successful dodge strengthened his confidence. Each minor victory a testament to human ingenuity and courage. Lyra's fleet engaged with precision, providing cover and creating diversions. She had observed Elias's approach and adjusted her tactics accordingly, forming a partnership between human intuition and alien technology. The synchronization was remarkable. The human was learning the fleet was learning him, and together, they became more than the sum of their parts. Finally, after tense minutes that felt like hours, Elias emerged from the fortress. He had collected critical data, disabled key defenses, and survived encounters that would have destroyed lesser pilots. The asteroid field returned, but now he faced it with confidence. He knew the path, he trusted his skills, and he had the support of the fleet. As he navigated the treacherous passage, Lyra's voice came through again. "You've done what no one else could. Your actions have saved countless lives, human. Your courage and intellect are unmatched." Elias allowed himself a brief smile, feeling a deep sense of pride. But he also knew the journey was far from over. The information he carried could change the course of the war. The enemy would regroup, adapt, and strike back. Yet he felt no fear, only determination. Humans were resilient, inventive, and capable of rising to challenges greater than themselves. When he finally returned to the fleet's command center, Lyra was waiting. Her eyes, sharp and observant, softened just slightly as she regarded him. "You exceeded every expectation," she said. "Not just in skill, but in spirit. Humanity is remarkable, human. Never doubt it." Leah stepped out of the cockpit, stretching his tired muscles. I did what I had to do," he said, though he knew the truth. He had done more than survive. He had thrived. He had adapted. And he had shown that a single human, with courage and intellect, could change the fate of worlds. Lyra nodded. "And this is only the beginning. There will be more challenges, more battles, and more decisions that could determine the survival of entire civilizations. But with humans like you, we have hope." Elias looked out at the stars, endless and bright. Somewhere out there, beyond the fleet, beyond the enemy strongholds, lay a universe of possibilities. And for the first time in his life, he felt not just the weight of responsibility, but the thrill of purpose, the power of action, and the certainty that humans were capable of greatness beyond measure. He turned to Lyra. "Then let's make sure we're ready for whatever comes next." She smiled, a faint, confident curve of her lips. "We will. Together, human. We will show the galaxy what we are capable of." And so, in the vast expanse of space, a human pilot and an alien commander prepared to face the challenges ahead. Bound by mutual respect, courage, and the unbreakable determination that humanity would always find a way to survive and to triumph. The stars stretched endlessly. The void awaited, and a story of courage, ingenuity, and hope continued, one that would be remembered across galaxies, a testament to the spirit of humanity.